Today on Hero System Plus, let's create a post-apocalypse hero for the Hero System 6th Edition RPG. There are 8 steps in creating a hero of any kind for the Hero System, but we're going to start with Step 1, Character Conception. The mutant template is pretty simple. It's mutant abilities. That's it. And the GM said I can roll randomly or choose my own. I decided to roll randomly, so I get half die 6 plus 1 mutant abilities. And I got 3. There are no species templates in the Post-Apocalyptic Hero book, but there are plenty in the Hero System in general, mostly from the Fantasy Hero as well as Star Hero that can be used to expand your campaign. And here's a small list. And since I'm rolling randomly instead of picking, I got my first one was a mental, which I made prefabs of all the mutations, so all I have to do is go to mental mutations, and I rolled randomly for psionic palsy, and I go down to the psionic palsy here, and it's not there. And all I have to do is click there, and psionic palsy is a dex strain of 2d6 and uses alternative combat value, uses MCV against DMCV and mental defense applies, and it takes a full phase before I can use it. Psionic palsy costs 17 points. So the next one I rolled randomly was an offensive for irradiated body. So we go to offensive and go down to irradiated body, which cost me 22 points, and it's a half die 6 area effect 1 meter surface damage field, persistent, constant, 0 endurance, NND, no normal defense, causes body, and it only works on living beings and it's always on, has a side effect because it irradiates the environment, and it costs him 2 to 22 additional points, which puts him at a total of 39. The last mutation I rolled is defensive, and it's protective skin. So we go to defensive, protective skin, 12 points, pretty simple, or death resistant protection for 12 points. Gives them a grand total of 51 points spent. The next template you deal with is your professional template. Like all templates, they're optional, and we have chosen scavenger for our character. All these are available in the Post-Apocalyptic Hero book. Exceptional Policeman, I added that one from the 6th edition volume 1 book because I thought Policeman would be kind of cool to add if someone wanted to play a Mad Max type character that was a former police officer and just after the apocalypse. We have chosen the scavenger template, which we're going to click that, and we click everything that's underneath that. So we get the +1 slate group, scavenging, electronics, we get a character choice of a knowledge skill, a lockpicking at 8 or less, mechanics at 8 or less, survival ruins at 12 or less, and weapon familiarity of small arms. And we get 6 points worth from the following list. So we go, and you can go under skills, but we're going to try to keep all this together, so we're going to keep it under powers. So we're going to go to powers, And we're going to go skills. And we can choose from climbing, combat driving, skill levels, cartography, demolitions, navigation, paramedics, persuasion, security systems, weapon familiarity, weaponsmith, and or background skill. So it's got smaller, so I'm not going to really worry about weapons. But I want to take weapon familiarity, and I want to get common melee and common missile weapons for 4, and that leaves 2 points left. So we can get one more. We can get another. Let's get. Seems like climbing would be pretty common, so we're going to go climbing. I'm going to buy it as full, and it would just put me as a point over, and we're going to remove that. So that will complete our scavenger template, which puts us now at a total of 77 points of our 175 for the campaign. The next step we come into on our checklist is number 3, characteristics. Characteristics for my character I kind of figured be fairly powerful. So, and not to say, if you need to balance points and stuff, characteristics is going to be your best bet as far as raising or lowering your point total. I'm thinking 17 strength, 16 dexterity, 19 constitution, 18 intelligence, 12 ego, 19 presence, and I'm thinking 6 OCV, 5 DCV. I want him pretty good in combat. His mental value should be good too because he has a mental power. Make him speed 3, 3 PD, 3 ED, with a recovery of 7, and 20 endurance, 20 body, and 39 stun. I'll leave his movement the same. As you can see now, I'm now over points because I'm at 196 at 175. So, need to tone down a few of these characteristics. So, I'm gonna, since he is a mutant, let's drop his strength to 10. I want him to be fairly dexterous, so put it down to 13. I want him to be able to resist some diseases and stuff, so let's go 15 in constitution. And being a scavenger is going to have to keep his intelligence fairly high. Ego, we can drop 10 because we have pretty high combat value. Even though he's a mutant, let's just drop his presence just a couple points so we can get to 175. And there we are. The next step in character creation is abilities. Since he's a mutant, he's already got all of his abilities. We also were at 175, so we can't get any more. So we can't really get additional talents or perks or anything like that. But if you were playing most any other species, like a standard human, you would be able to get additional perks, talents, and so forth. Now we go to step 5, complications. Complications adds a little flavor to your character. In addition, it gives GM ideas for plot points and ways for you to gain experience by implementing your complications into a story. And now you do our complications. Since he's a mutant, I got okay from the GM. I'm going to go with distinctive features. And his distinctive features is being a mutant, meaning he can be detected by robots and stuff that he is a mutant. And it's not concealable, and it's always noticed. And it's detected by only unusual senses. So that gives them 10. And for this campaign we have to have 50. So I'm going to give him a hunted, of local raiders, and it's going to be, I'm going to say frequent, once per campaign, once per session, or every other session. And they're going to be, since they're a group, they're going to be more powerful, and I'm going to say they're going to harshly punish him. And that's for 20 points. I'm going to give him also a psychological complication of code resist killing. He is a scavenger, but he's not going to kill someone over something, which is going to be common in total, which is going to be 20, which gives him his 50 points. Now this moves us to step 7, which is equipment. The GM has given me a list of equipment to add to my character. Now it brings us to step 7, which is equipment. The GM has given me a machete, which is a 1d6 hand killing attack with a strength minimum of 12. Since he only has 10, he can only do a d6 damage. A double barrel shotgun, which does 2.5 d6. Area effect 40 meter cone, also with a strength minimum of 12. And it's two-handed with limited range of 40 meters, and its damage is reduced by range, and it has reduced penetration. Also, he gave him road leathers, which is 1 def resistant, 14 or less roll, which of course we're doing the Fallout rules here, so we're doing hit location, so it only protects the arms, legs, and torso. Now we're at the final step, which is GM approval. Since everything's balanced and he's not overcost and he's got enough complications, the GM says that this character is ready to go. And there you have it. We have now an example of a post-apocalyptic character. If you like a different type of genre or another character you want to break down, just leave a comment and we'll see if we can do it. And of course, do the typical thumbs up like on the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And like always, go out there and be a hero.